Hi everyone, how are you doing this morning? Okay, I'm also doing very well. You're welcome back to your class, Food and Nutrition. I'm your favorite teacher, Mrs. Olayinka. I hope you're doing very well. I'm also doing very well. Okay, today we'll be looking at another topic in the Food and Nutrition class, which is legumes, cereals, and vegetables. Legumes, cereals, and vegetables. All right, I know that a lot of us have been eating this legumes, cereals, and vegetables, but we do not know what we are actually eating. We cannot really classify them. So today, at the end of this class, we will be able to identify each of these food items, which one is legume, which one is cereal, and which one is vegetable, and then we'll be able to explore their definitions, their nutritional benefits, and how to select them. What are the factors we need to consider before we pick any of these food items, and then we'll learn about their peculiar or popular dishes from these food groups. So come along with me, let's look at what legumes are. Now, what are legumes? Okay, they are edible seeds from the leguminous plants family. Yes, they are the edible seed. When you say something is edible, you know what that means? It means you can easily eat such food item and it can easily digest. All right, so they are essential food from the leguminous plants. We call them legumes. All right, they are also pulses, which include dried peas, beans, and lentils. Yes, we have beans. Yeah, you know, some of you don't know that your beans that you eat on a regular basis is actually an example of legume. All right, we also have oil seeds, which includes granules and soybeans. Yes, they are also examples of legumes. And then we also have the fact that they contain nitrogen fixing bacteria in root nodules, and then they are also important source of plant based protein. We know we have two types of protein. We have the plant based protein and the what? Animal-based protein. Good. So legumes are a very good or important source of plant-based protein. So you know now that our granules and our soybeans and also our peas and they are all examples of legumes. And you also know that they are from leguminous plant family. Now we have the nutritive value of legumes, like what are the advantages of legumes in the body system. The first, they serve as high protein content, like they have high protein content, like 331.3 grams per cup. That's high protein content. They also contain starch and fats for energy, and they also rich in vitamin B complex. Now, what are the essential minerals that we can find in legumes? That they are good source of calcium, and you know calcium is good for strong bones and teeth. Yes, they're also rich in phosphorus and iron. Then soybeans equals meat protein quality. Now, yes, the protein quality, the protein quality that we have in meat is equal to the protein quality that we have in soybeans. Now, let's go to cereals. Now, what are cereals? Cereals are edible grains from grass family plants. Yes, they are edible greens plants, from grass family plants. And like I said before, edible means something that can easily be digestible or digested. Now we have common types include maize, millets, and rice. We also have sorghum and wheat. Yes. Then we should also know that we have other ones like oats, barley, and rye. And then we know that they form primarily our food source worldwide. Now we have seen what cereals are. So you have seen that they are from the grass family and they are edible plants or edible greens from seed family. And now we know that their examples include maize, millets, rice, sorghum, wheat, and then we have oats, barley, rye, and they are a good source of food worldwide. Now, let's go to the nutritive value of cereal. A lot of us children we love cereal so much. In the morning, we always take our cereal. So, what are the nutritive values of cereal? One, they are rich in carbohydrates and starch. Yes, cereals are very good, or they are rich in carbohydrate and starch, and they also contain fiber, and they are good for digestion. But they contain low protein and fat, so they are very good for children because they contain low fats, and they also but they're good, rich in carbohydrates and starch. which is energy giving food. Now, what are the nutritional impacts? The first is that it has vitamin B, which is in whole grains, and then the milling reduces the nutrient content. When we mill it, that's in the process of grinding it, it reduces the milling, the nutrient content, and then the mineral present in is they are small in amount. The mineral that are present, they are small in amount. So we have vitamins majorly, vitamin B majorly, and they are rich in carbohydrates and starch, and they are a good source of fiber. Now let's go to the third one, which is vegetable. Now, what are vegetables? Vegetables are very common around us. Some of us love vegetables, some of us do not love vegetables, but vegetables are very, very good for the body. A vegetable is any edible part of a plant that does not contain the seed. Good. Vegetable is any edible part of a plant that does not contain the seed. So we have different kinds of vegetable. I'll be showing you on the next slide the type of vegetable that we have. So vegetables can be roots, they can be stem, it can be leaves or plants. Yes, we have roots and tuber vegetables. You can see there examples of roots and tuber vegetables. We have potatoes, we have tulip, and we have radish. They are all examples of roots and tuber vegetables. You find out that they have roots like carrots. Carrot is also a very good example of roots and tuber vegetable. Then we have leafy and bulb vegetable, like our spinach, our cabbage. Yes, our spinach is a very good example of leafy green vegetable. Then we have cabbage, we have lettuce. They are good examples of bulb and leafy vegetables. Then we have our fruit vegetables. Okay, our fruit vegetables, we have tomatoes and carrots and so on. They are examples of fruit vegetables. Now, what are the nutritive values of vegetables? All right, vegetable contains proteins and carbohydrates. They also have minerals and vitamins and water. So they are mostly a balanced diet. They contain mostly all the food nutrients. There's protein, there's carbohydrates, they are rich in minerals, they are good source of vitamin and water. Now, what are the selection criteria for legumes and cereals? Like, what are the factors to consider when you're selecting legumes? And so, what are the criteria or the selection process for selecting legumes and cereal? That is, what are the factors to consider when buying or when choosing legumes and cereals? Now, we check for the freshness and good appearance. Make sure that they are fresh and they are appearing very well. Their appearances are okay. Then ensure there's no weevils or insects or any damage. Then we should verify if there should not be absence of mold or discoloration. Then we should look for minimal husk content. Find out that the husk is so much, we shouldn't go for it, especially beans. Beans majorly have this husk. Then we should confirm proper drying with no moisture. In our legumes and cereal, there should be no moisture. It should be dry, not wet. All right. So those are the factors to consider when buying legumes. So how do we store them? Store them in tight containers. You can see that this picture there. Storage area set up, tight containers, bottles, containers. Store them and make sure they are monitored and they are well protected. Now, what are the common dishes we have in legumes? We all know our akara. Akara is commonly known, is majorly known as bean balls, but a lot of us know it as akara. That's bean balls. Then we know moi moi. Moi moi is a bean pudding. All right. Then we have boiled beans. You can either boil it without adding oil and add stew on it, or you boil it, adding oil and pepper. Then we have our copy paste, steamed copy paste. Yes, they are all common dishes in legumes. Then we have common dishes in cereal, fried rice, very good for children. Fried rice and chicken. Children love fried rice and chicken very well. Then jollof rice and fish, yes. Then we have breakfast cereal. We have different kind of cereals that we can use for our breakfast. We have a cocoa pot. We have cornflakes. Yes, a lot of them. They are breakfast cereals. Now, we have common dishes in vegetables. We have garden egg stew, potato and cassava chips, boiled vegetables, yam dishes. Yes, You know that yam is also a good example of root vegetable. Yes, boiled vegetables and yam dishes, or any kind of way you want to prepare your yam or potatoes. They are all vegetable dishes. All right. In conclusion, we have said that vegetable cereals and legumes are important part of our dietaries and contribute substantially to nutrient intake of human beings. So they are significant source of energy, not just energy, vitamin, minerals, and protein. So I will encourage you to add more of vegetables, cereals, and legumes to your diet henceforth. Now, to check if you have been following me, let me ask this following question. It's evaluation time. Now, what are vegetables? Can you remember them? Okay, edible plants of plants. Okay, that does not have seed. Okay, and then we should mention two types of vegetable. Okay, leafy vegetable and what? Root vegetable. Thank you. And we also have fruit vegetables. So we have bulb vegetables. Okay. Now, what are legumes? Legumes are what? Edible seed from where? Leguminous plants. Good. Edible seed from leguminous plants. Okay. What are the examples? Let me have just two. Soybeans and our what? Granules. That's OLP. Now let's go to the last question, which says, give me some cereal dishes. Okay, let's have Cocoa Pops. Okay, what again? Conflicts. Very good. All right, I can see that you're following the class. Thank you so much for attending to this class. I'll be expecting you again next class. I want to take care of yourself and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.